Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to present about the chapter 10 about the performance management and also the learning system of performance management. With me, Yeni Agustiana with the student ID 01. So, talking about performance management and also the learning, it's we have the learning objective by this session. You can see on the PPT. This is that we will discuss. First is helping the people to learn through performance management, second learning opportunities, and the third is personal development planning and also the coaching itself. But before we enter the help to help the people, we should know the primary purpose of performance management is to improve performance by developing the capacity to work effectively. This is all important learning and developmental aspect of performance management. It's so important. It takes place at every point in the cycle, like planning, management performance through the years, and monitoring and reviewing the outcomes. Talking about the helping people with the to learn through the performance management, according to Reynolds, first is make the important points that improvement and learning are causally related, obtain the will to improve, and the process of learning will follow. He also believed that the experience of work will provide the research learning laboratory, and this is where performance management has a uh, key role to play. The first by specifically helping people to appreciate the need for the improvement and where and how it should take place, and second by ensuring that they learn from the experience. And after that we will gonna talk about the learning opportunities. The performance management provides the learning opportunities during its three main stages. You can see on the PPT. The first is performance agreement and planning. The second is managing performance through the years and the performance reviews. Talking about the first aspect, the performance agreement as a framework for the learning, is the learning opportunity offered by performance management are based on the initial activities in the performance agreement and planning part of the cycle. These include joint analysis of the individual role so that a new or update role profile can be produced, which set out what the results are to be achieved and what the competencies are needed to deliver the result. Discussion take place on ways in which the individual role could be developed so it becomes more challenging for the viewpoint not only of the new task to be accomplished but also the need of acquire and extend the knowledge and skill in order to carry out the task. And the aim is to provide what Regnot calls a supported autonomy. It's freedom for employee to manage their work within the certain boundaries like policies and expect behavior, but support available as required. Career opportunities and the learning required to realize them are also discussed. Areas where performance need to be improved are identified and learning required performance to achieve this improvement is agreed. The outcome is personal development plan as described later in this chapters. And after that, talking about the learning throughout the years means that learning is inseparable from the activity, and like performance management, it's also continuous process. Every task carried out by someone presents of learning opportunity, and it is the duty of managers to help people become aware. Uh, and this is support the day-to-day learning that take place. They should enable people to understand how they should tackle a new task and what additional knowledge or skill they will need. The guidance can be provided by asking the questions on what individual need to know and be able to undertake a task, leaving them as far as possible to think for themselves but helping them when necessary. The feedback throughout of the years rather than during an annual performance review is also an important means of helping people to learn. They can be asked to analyze their performance and where it can be improved, come up with the ideas about the any additional coaching training and or experience they need. And after that, we're talking about the reviews as the learning events is performance reviews, whether conducted formally or informal, can be regarded as a learning events. The learning opportunities are provided before, during, and after formal meetings. Prior to a review, individual can be encouraged to think about what they feel they want to learn, and the new skill they would like to acquire, and the direction in which they want to develop. During the review, individual can present to the reviewer their views about what they have learned and what they need to learn. A dialogue can take place in which learning needs can be analyzed and diagnosis agree priorities areas. Individuals should be encouraged to take responsibility for their own learning and for implementing the outcomes of the learning process. The outcome of the review could be a personal development plan as a and the following the review learners and their manager can monitor projects against the agreed targets. And next, talking about the personal development planning, it's include first the definition. It's um, the personal development planning is have the purpose to promote learning and to provide people with the knowledge and portfolio of transferable skill that will have to progress their career. A personal development plan set out what people need to learn to develop their capabilities, improve their performance, and also further their career. It provides a self-organized learning framework, individual indicating the action required by individuals, their manager, and the organization. And after that, the planning process is based on the understanding of what people do, what they have to achieve, what knowledge and skill they have, and what the knowledge and skill that they need. The purpose is to be specific about, or to be focused on what is to be achieved and how to be achieved, and to ensure that the learning needs and action are relevant, to indicate the time scale, to identify responsibility and with the reasons, and to ensure that the learning activities will start to concern. Plans are always related to the works and the capacity to carry out the effectively. They are not just about identifying the training needs and suitable course to satisfy them. Training course may be part of the development plan, but a minor part is other learning activities such as those listed, uh, like coaching, adopting a role model, or like use the mentor as the example, and after that a good practice like observing and analyzing what others do, and extending the role of, or we know that job enrichment is, and also project work or special assignment, involvement in other work areas, involvement in communities of practice, after that active learning and e-learning with and reading. And after that, talking about the implementation is action planning. It set out what needs to be done and how it will be done under this aspect. The first one is learning needs. The second is outcome expected or learning. We know that learning objective, and after that, the learning activities to meet the needs, and after that, responsibility for learning. And after that, we need to consider about the timing when the learning activity is expected to start and to be complete. And after that, talking about the introducing personal development planning, should not be undertaken lightly. It's not just a matter of design new back page of the performance review form and telling people to fill it up. Neither is sufficient just to issue guidance note and expect people to get out and to get on with it. Managers Teams leaders and also the individual all need to learn about the personal development planning. They should be involved in deciding how planning process will work and what their roles will be. The benefit is the benefit to them should be understood and accepted. It has to be recognized that everyone will need time and support and adjust to a culture in which have to taking much more responsibility for their own learning. All the concerns will be give guidance on how to identify learning needs and on the means of satisfying this need and how should make use of the facilities and opportunity that can be made available to them. After that, talking about the coaching is like we provide the expert to give us the guidance um, how to develop the skill, for example, or how to increase the level of the competence. The first aspect is the coaching process is making the coaching process is first making people aware on how well they are performing by, for example, asking them question to establish the extent to which they have through the what they are doing. Second is control delegation is ensuring that individual not only know what is expected of them but also understand what they need to know and be able to do complete the task satisfactory. This gives manager an opportunity to provide guidance at the outset or guidance at the later stage may be seen as interference. And after that, using whatever situation may arise as opportunities and to promote the learning. And after that, encourage people to look at higher level problems and how they will tackle them. And after that, the second aspect of coaching is coaching skill. Coaching will be most effective when the coach understands that his or her role is to help people to learn and individuals are motivated to learn. They should be aware that their present level of knowledge or skill or their behavior needs to be improved if they going to perform their work their own and to other satisfactions. Individuals should be given guidance on what they should be learned and also the feedback on how they are doing, and because the learning is an active not a passive process, they should be actively involved with their coach and who should be constructive building on strengths and experience. And after that, talking about plan coaching is maybe informal coaching, informal, but it has to be plain. It's not simply checking from time to time on what people are doing and then advising them on how to do it better. Nor is occasionally telling people where they have gone wrong and throwing in a lecture for good measure. As far as possible, coaching should take place with the framework or general plan of the areas and direction in which individual will benefit from further development. And coaching plans can should be incorporated in the personal development plan set out in a performance agreement. And the last is talking about the manager as coach is coaching should provide motivation, structure, and effective feedback if manager have required skill and commitment. As coach, manager believe that people can be success, uh, that they can contribute to their success, and they can identify what people need to be able to do improve their performance. They have to see the performance management as an enabling empowering process which focus on learning equipment. I'm talking about this one. This is the conclusion. Experience will help every part to get good performance. Mean that you need to learn first about the performance management before you implement that. Means that you need to see the expert how the performance, and maybe you can try first or something like that. Means that whatever is that, if you already already facing that uh, situations, mean that it's good for you, or you will be able to face the other problems of the performance management. So that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Sorry for any distraction or even if my voice are not clear. Um, if you have any question, you can directly contact me and in my WhatsApp. So thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.